This is the Innovv N2 for BMW. Costs half of what the BMW unit does, plugs straight in, and on paper it should be the best nav upgrade on the market. There's just one problem. Stick around to the end of this video because I think I figured out why that problem exists. Hello.
There's a road that leads right out of town.
It's now pretty simple. You just click it in and you're good to... Oh. Well, that's interesting. Okay, so when the windscreen is in the fully down position, that contacts it. Interesting. Okay, it's up a little bit. Yeah, it's in there. I want to go for a ride to see how this performs in the real world. But first, I'm going to have to take the windscreen off, loosen this thing up, and slide it to the right to see if I can completely fit this thing under a fully lowered screen. Because if not, that's going to be a little bit of a knock against this thing. I thought I was going to have to take the windscreen off first, but it turns out you unscrew from this side, so that actually made that a lot easier. I've slid it over to the right, but you can only go so far before this part starts touching the windscreen. So I went over to the right, and then I tilted it just slightly towards me. I hope that helps someone. Yeah, that doesn't come close now. Yeah, that's good. The only thing left to do is go out and ride a little bit with this thing on. Yeah.
So here we are on the road, real world usage, no stats or anything, nothing written on paper. We're just seeing how it really works. And I don't know how well it shows up on camera, especially since I'm using an ND filter, but that's really dim. Now, the conditions I'm riding in right now are absolutely the worst for the Innovv. Midday Queensland sun. It's really bright. And it's not just that the screen is dim, it's that it's a glossy screen. And I can actually see the reflection of my white helmet brighter than I can see the screen. So that's a problem. And I don't know if this is a problem that I can live with. To me, Innovv really dropped the ball here. This thing has a maximum brightness of 800 nits, and it is on that maximum brightness right now. My Connected Ride Navigator also is 800 nits, and I have absolutely no problem seeing it and no issue whatsoever with reflection. That's at least in part due to the matte screen on that versus the glossy screen on this. With that out of the way, let's see how it works. So, how do we get out of Waze? Ah, there we go. The very best thing about this is how well it integrates with the multifunction wheel. I can control virtually everything. I think there's one or two things that I have to touch the screen for, but the vast majority of what I need to do, I can do with the multifunction wheel. So let's play some Alice in Chains. Shuffle that for me, please. There we go. Yeah, perfect. Now, what if I want to go somewhere? What if I want to use Waze? We go back to the menu, scroll through, which takes a second because you have to scroll through each individually. I have to look into it and see if I can change the position of these menu icons. There we are, Waze. Into Waze. So Bloom Holistic Collective, that's where I go to do Pilates and other fancy stuff. That's as easy as it gets. So from a functionality and usage standpoint, this thing is incredible. Let's see if I can get that. There we go. That's the screen I want. So now I can see the music that I'm listening to. I can see when my next turn is, and I can see the map. And I love that. I don't know about controlling the music from this screen, so let's give that a shot. Oh yeah, that's great. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, and then I have to back all the way out and it takes me back to that screen. Perfect. It works so well that I am frustrated that they didn't make this thing brighter. And it's not just the glossy screen. I know that for a fact because I had the Zumo XT2. That had a glossy screen, but it was bright enough so it was never even, it never made me think, oh, this is too dim. Never once. That's a real shame. Innovv really dropped the ball there. My next video is going to be a direct comparison between the Innovv and the BMW Connected Ride Navigator. Whichever one I decide works better for me, I'm going to keep, and the other one I'm going to sell. I think one thing that would make this better is if I had a matte screen protector, and I don't think the screen protector that it came with is matte. So I might do a little bit of research, because I still have to peel this guy off too. Maybe that'll make a difference. I doubt it, but you never know.
Okay, so I've been thinking a lot about this issue that the Innovv has where it's very dim. And I've done a little investigation. I was looking at the non-BMW version, the non-BMW N2, which goes from 800 nits to 1200 nits. That is significantly brighter. And in fact, its floor is the BMW unit's ceiling. I thought that was odd. And looking at that a little bit more, I realized not only can you use it as your CarPlay unit or Android Auto unit, whatever, but you can also use it as a head unit for the Innovv camera system, which is awesome. It's amazing functionality. I'm actually going to be buying the cameras myself at some point because I think Innovv has done such a great job with them. But they couldn't do that on the BMW one. And as soon as I heard that, I was like, oh, the navigation cradle just doesn't offer enough power to run it like that. And looking at it some more, the Chiggy, which is 6 inches, goes up to 1,000 units. Now, 6.5 inches when you're going diagonal is a significant increase in size. It's 17% bigger than 6 inches is. And I haven't done the math, but looking at the power draw that the N2 takes from that navigation cradle, I don't remember exactly what it is. I'll put it on the screen. I would bet that power draw supports 1,000 nits for a 6-inch screen, and it doesn't for a 6.5-inch screen. So that's disappointing. And I really wish Innovv had made it a 6-inch unit instead of a 6.5. I would much rather have a 6-inch unit that goes to 1,000 nits than a 6.5 one that goes to 800 nits. Because in bright sunlight, it's just not enough. I understand why they didn't do it. It would have been more expensive for Innovv because they already had the 6.5 N2 that could be used on any bike. They didn't want to make a whole new hardware unit just for BMWs. But they should have. They should have made a 6-inch one for BMWs because at some point during their product testing, they should have said to themselves, oh, this just isn't bright enough. We need to go brighter than this. And if we can't figure out a way to engineer it into the 6.5-inch one, then we have to make a 6-inch one. It's disappointing because every other area, this unit is amazing. So much so that I wouldn't trade it for the non-BMW one because that multi-wheel functionality is really important to me. I also wouldn't trade it for the Chiggy because the N2 fits flush into the navigation cradle and the Chiggy has an adapter, so it sits out in front of the navigation cradle. I don't like the way that looks. I'm not going to go for that one. If I stick with a CarPlay unit, I'm sticking with the Innovv. Which begs the question, what am I going to do with it? Am I going to stick with it or am I not? I don't know yet. That is to be determined. In my next video, as I mentioned before, I'm going to be doing a comparison between the N2 and the BMW Connected Ride Navigator. And that's going to determine which one I keep. I'm really going to go deep into the pros and cons of each of them because even with all the functionality that Innovv has, the Connected Ride Navigator really does have some features that are really good that would make it a unit that you would want on your bike. This next video, there's going to be some drama, really. There's going to be, okay, which one am I keeping? And it's going to be a real decision that I'm making in kind of real time, and how over the course of the time it takes me to edit that video. Either way, it's going to be a sacrifice. Either I take the Innovv and all the functionality that I want, or I take the BMW one and I have a more readable screen and some features that the Innovv doesn't have. It's going to be a good one, I think. So now, I do want to point out that one thing I didn't really do in this video, I didn't do a really deep dive into technical statistics. Like, I didn't tell you what the CPU is, how much RAM it has, what Bluetooth version it's using, or anything like that. If you want something like that, I would highly recommend going to ADV Explorer Oz video channel. I'll link it down below. He does a great deep dive into all that stuff. And I think if you're interested in that kind of technical deep dive, it'll be really informative for you. He's also a great guy, so definitely check him out. Okay, so that's about it for now. If you want, I do have some affiliate links for the N2 itself, specifically for the N2 for BMW, and then a second affiliate link that will cover any Innovv product. They're both down in the description along with a discount code. So, use them if you can. It helps the channel out a lot. Well, that's it for this time. I do hope you come back for the next one because we're going to shoot it out. It's really going to be good. Thanks so much for coming along, and I'll see you next time.